course, we got a Thrive Fantasy Slate we'll be talking about here in just a minute. But first, want to remind everybody of our great premium content. Just dropped our cash game show. It's called Cash Money Show. And it's with me and Hoop and Mangone. We got some of the best cash players in the world. We dropped that this afternoon. And don't forget our great programming Sunday morning, the Morning Wood, Big T, Hoop, and Mangone, followed by me and JSU. We'll take you up to 12:45, getting you ready for the Sunday slate. And they get going, around 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30? Gosh, how do I not know that? Every week I'm doing the betting show during then. So they're on an hour before us. So let's go with 10:30. Very good. So we move into this week's slate. $25. Prize pool, $12,500. We got 555 entries. We will be the 24th. It is the Sunday main slate, and we'll start with Matt Ryan. So Matt Ryan taking on New Orleans. I really think that, first of all, I like how Atlanta's playing the last few weeks. I don't know how much they're actually going to have to throw in this game. Matt Ryan used to be, shoo him in for 300, but I don't see it happening this week. I think this is a closer game than a lot of people are going to expect. Is he going to put up passing yards? Yes. But if I got to lean, and if I'm 50% here, give me the under for 105 points. I'm fine with that. On the other side of things, we got Alvin Kamara, and Kamara's doing a ton of damage in the passing game. But as far as volume in the running game, he just hasn't been getting it. And now we got Taysom Hill starting, a running quarterback. Now, maybe they get him the ball. I personally think that he does a lot more damage in the passing game than he does in the run game once again. And here's the latest carry totals for him. He's got 9 and 8 the last 2 weeks, 40 yards and 15 yards. Now, before that, he was getting steady work, 67, 83 yards. But Atlanta is fourth in adjusted fantasy points against. I know it's going to be uncomfortable here, but I'm going to go under. Actually, they think it's going to be uncomfortable to go over. I'm going to go under. Scary Terry for me against Cincinnati. Boy, did I do a big write-up for him on my player profiles this week. His production's actually stayed pretty steady with Captain Checkdown Alex Smith. And while his ADOT, his average depth of target, has fallen just a little bit, he's still right up there in yards after the catch. He is a yak daddy, and he's getting peppered with targets. I mean, this is great news here for Terry McLaurin this week. He's got 29% market share of his targets, 42% market share of air yards there. Cincinnati 30th in pass DVOA. Yeah, I'm taking the over on this one. I think Scary Terry gets to triple digits, and he also scores a touchdown this week. I don't have a lean on Tyler Boyd because I don't want to just get 80 points. If he goes over that, we can come back and check that one out in just a little bit. Lamar Jackson, Tennessee at Baltimore. So Tennessee has given up a lot of yards through the air. Here's my problem with Lamar Jackson. Okay, he hadn't really sniffed 22 completions so far this season. He's just been miserable. You really dig into this offense for the Ravens. There's a few things at work. Their offensive line has taken a massive step back. The deep passing game is not good either. And I think those are the two biggest things I'm looking at. Lamar's just regressed in that way. He's averaging 17 and a half completions per game. Is he going to have to throw a lot against Tennessee? I kind of look at this game more of a slog fest. I do not want to go over. I can't believe I'm doing some unders here, but we're going to go 3 out of the first 4. We're going under. I do not have a lean on Ryan Tannehill against Baltimore. Yes, Tannehill, at one point in time was just a shoo-in for multiple touchdowns. Like going back to last year, it was every single game the guy is throwing multiple touchdowns, but that's just not the case recently. This offense has been a little bit in a funk, but go back and look at the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the 9 games he's played in this year, he does have multiple touchdown passes. Now, he is going up against a much more difficult opponent in Baltimore, but they can be hit. So 90 points on the over. I'll take it this time. Carson Wentz, gosh, I mean, he's always going to turn the ball. He's always throwing an interception. He didn't last week, but he didn't throw a touchdown either. It's like he's going up against Cleveland. Myles Garrett's gone, though, so I don't know about the pass rush on him. I'm going to fade this. We can always come back later and look at this for a nice pick. And I'm scrolling down. We have so many options. So I might be just flipping through these. Nick Chubb, does he score a rushing touchdown? Well, I mean, he does get the carries inside the 5. Going into last week, he had 4 carries inside the 5. We also saw how explosive he was. Nick Chubb this week, if you're gonna entice me with 110 points, I'm gonna hit the over. No lean on Robbie Anderson. As far as Desean Watson goes, no lean there right now. I know the New England defense isn't the same as it was. I mean, maybe I should have a lean there with Desean Watson because, you know, he's played from behind quite a bit this year, and normally he's hit the 300-yard plateau. New England is good against the pass when you really dig against the numbers. I'm going to go, but here's the other thing. I was just about to take the under. Here's the other thing we got to take into account, though. The rushing yards. Could we see 40 rushing yards from Desean Watson? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to fade this because even if we see 40 rushing yards, I think it's just going to be too close for comfort at that point. James Conner, 83.5 total yards. James Conner has been hot garbage lately. I'll have a take on him if we come back for an ice pick. Okay, I mean, look at this, 36, 22, 46. The last 3 weeks has just been garbage, and they're really not giving him much work in the passing game either. You know what? Screw it. I'm going under on James Conner. I just talked myself into that. Keenan Allen, 84.5 total receiving yards. I think that's definitely possible. The problem is the game script here. I love the catches. I'm not sure about the yards, but it's Keenan Allen, and I don't want to test my luck. Maybe we can find 3 more picks elsewhere. You know what I want to do? We'll come back to Judy and Tua and Rivers and Jones and Dalvin Cook, but this is my game right here. Like, how do you not go over Patrick Mahomes' 306.5 yards? I get it. That is a ton of yardage. But if there's ever a guy to bet the over on 300 yards, it's this guy. Here's his last 2 games, too. 416, 372. Las Vegas gave up 340 to him in that loss. And the more I'm thinking about it, the Chiefs are pissed off about that loss. Really pissed off to the Raiders, driving the bus around. I'm buying in the narrative street. There we go with Patrick Mahomes. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, whoa, this is a toughie. 63.5 rushing yards. Great matchup. Team should be ahead, but I'm not feeling it this week, and I'm not going to hit the under at just 85 points. Waller, want nothing to do with that. Dalvin Cook, 120.5 rushing plus receiving yards. This guy has been absolutely on fire. He had a really tough matchup last week against the Chicago Bears. Didn't come close to these numbers that we're seeing this week, because last week, 96 yards rushing and 16 yards receiving. Hold on a second. That's a little bit more than actually I thought it was. Yeah, and he didn't come close to that. But this week against Dallas, I mean, he can easily run for 120 yards, and that doesn't include the 2 or 3 receptions. I'm going to take the 95 points, go over there. Aaron Jones coming back this week. I absolutely love Aaron Jones in a bounce-back spot. We have not seen a lot of the touchdowns here lately. He hasn't scored in 2 games. He's going to get the touches down low. I hate the 75 points is the problem. I just have a really tough time doing that. So here's the one I'm going to go with, and I'm going to come back up here. Jerry Judy, 4.5 total receptions. He is by far and away the number 1 for Drew Lock. Lock is likely to start. If Lock doesn't, listen, it's a big chance that we're taking. But Jerry Judy, I mean, he's seeing close to double-digit targets every week. I'm getting 110 points, and boom, I'm going to hit that right there. So for our ice picks, let's just throw Aaron Jones in there. I feel like he can score a touchdown. I'm also going to go up here and say that Wentz gets an interception. So here we go. These are the picks. We're going, here's the unders. Matt Ryan, passing yards. Alvin Kamara, rushing yards. Lamar Jackson, under 21.5 completions. James Conner, under 83.5 total yards. And then we've got the overs. Mahomes, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones as our ice pick. Jerry Judy. Over for Nick Chubb touchdowns. He's going to score in my estimation. Then we got Wentz. We got Tannehill throwing more than 1.5 touchdown passes. Mclaurin over 82.5 rushing yards. So those are the picks right there in the $25 555 entry tournament. All right, I want to remind you again, If you haven't signed up, do it already. Go to runpuresports.com. Make some money. Tail our guys. We got the best in the business here between Big T, JSU Hoop, and the rest of the crew. It really is spectacular stuff. Just dropped our cash show today, the Cash Money Show. If you play cash in DFS, you're going to want to check it out. Thanks to Captain for running this behind the scenes. Thrive Fantasy Show in the books. Keep running pure.